Okay, I think we're back. Okay. I think we're good. We think we're good again. Yo, 1 view per hour, that's gas. Okay, let's make sure this is working. All right. If you missed the last hour, it's the same exact thing. We just started again. My stream crashed for some reason. It's never happened before. Probably just because it had an insane influx of viewers, but we persevere. Basically, all I was talking about is how when your card tower, hold up, I hear myself talking. Let's turn that off. Is when your card tower blows over, you can't leave the table ever. You have to continue stacking those cards until you get to the top. Even if it starts shaking, even when the wind blows, even when it rains, even when your keyboard disconnects and deletes all of your numbers and you can't figure out how to get it back, just do it again, because it's a learning experience. As Kelly Clarkson once said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Okay, so this is a discounted loan too, but remember, the whole caveat with loan 2 is that you got a fee at the start of $2,250. This is your 2 points that were added. And so what you're actually experiencing here is a total cost, and since you don't discount this at all because it was at time 0. Uh-oh. It was in my calculator as a negative, so when I calculated it, it did it wrong. So let's instead do it like this. And what you get is a cost of $151,000 and $190 and 60. Oh my days! And 60 cents. Let me apologize to chat. Sorry, chat. Stream crashed earlier. I had 1 viewer. I can't support more than 1 viewer. Anyway, okay. No more distractions. We're actually going to highlight this, and I'm gonna make this yellow because I don't like the pink at all. I can't see a blessed thing. Okay. So I do declare, and I believe, and I think that that's done. Let's check our tasks. From a PV cost perspective, which loan is a better deal? So, according to this, loan 1 is a better deal. You save roughly $1,800. Assuming they sell their home after 10 years, yeah. They both are yeah. Which option has the lower cost? Isn't that so nice? It feels so great to have put all of that effort and work into a problem, to go back and read the assignment and see that you've done everything needed. That is just a great feeling, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. How come it's not gentlewomen? Aren't women normally gentler than men anyway? I can be pretty gentle. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay, phenomenal. Now let me just see in terms of formatting for this answer if there's a correct way that I'm supposed to format this. Emily and Joel Schumacher. Yeah. Okay, so we can go ahead and type out, let's just do it more in sort of paragraph form than in, I think the professor will appreciate my my notes. I hope. Oh, I hope so. Okay. Okay. So it's asking, which option is low? Okay, so Emily and Joel. Joel? How do you spell Joel? Joel. It could be Joel. Joel looks right, but it's not. That looks way better. Emily and Joel should select loan 1. Is that the entire answer? Can I just say that? Okay. Yeah, we can incorporate our payments despite having a more expensive monthly payment of $667.66. Compared to loan 2, 665.04 for the 10 years. For the 10 years, we have to make changes with the monthly payment. Tax adjusted 2% fee is what I'm trying to say. The tax adjusted discount fee at inception of the loan of $2,250. Is it a 2-point discount? Could I say 2-point discount fee? Could I? What the heck? I hate not being able to see my keyboard. It makes me want to actually cry. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Could I use the terminology 2% discount 2-point discount fee? Let's see what it says. Okay. Sorry, I went fully nonverbal. This is kind of tax attacking. What? Sorry. I need to calm down. I also gotta take these sunglasses off. And instead, let's get smart. Alright, now. The tax adjusted 2-point discount fee at the inception of the loan of $2,250 offsets offsets the savings of the APR loan, ultimately making loan to the more expensive option. When the Schumachers sell their house, wait, what the heck? Have the Schumachers, have they already sold it, or are they planning on selling it? I think they will sell it. They've just been approved for the mortgage. Okay. After, let's see. I wonder what would happen if you changed the time period. Like, if you increased it to 20 years instead of 10 years. I do imagine if the time period were 20 years instead of 10 years, would loan 1 end up being better? Because loan 2 was cheaper up until you add back the 2250. I do think that's what will happen. What? No, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Only expect to live in their new home for 10 years. There is not enough time. There's not enough time the time horizon is too short for the benefits of loan to two's cheaper rate to outweigh the upfront cost. All right, let's see how this reads. Emily and Joel should select loan 1. Despite having a more expensive monthly payment of $667.66 compared to loan 2, $665.04 for 10 years, the tax-adjusted 2-point discount fee at the inception of loan 2 It's super wordy. Let's actually say this. I don't think I need to say for the 10 years. I want to make this readable and understandable to the common folk. This is so bad. This is poorly written. Despite having a more expensive monthly payment of $667, the tax-adjusted 2-point discount fee at the inception of loan 2. Can we just do this? Offsets the savings of 7.5% APR loan, ultimately making loan 2 the more expensive option. I want to put these in italics to kind of make them entities. Oh, not like that. Are we solving for? Are we trying to say which one is more expensive or which one is cheaper? Which loan is the better deal? Let's say this actually. I think this will be a little bit more to use their vocabulary. It is the better deal despite having a more expensive monthly payment. Then we can put a period here. It is the better deal. The tax-adjusted 2-point discount fee at the inception of loan 2 offsets the savings of the 7.5% APR, ultimately making loan 2 the more expensive option. Since the Schumachers only expect to live in their new home for 10 years, the time horizon is too short for loan 2's cheaper rate to outweigh the upfront cost. This is why loan 1 it's kind of redundant. Okay. So, after much time, that's our first answer. That took a long time. I like how in Notion you can do this and it like goes across the whole page, but that'll do for now. I'm gonna ask my friend if we need to show work or not. How long has he even been? "20 minutes. That's fine. I'm gonna get, I mean, I wasn't gonna say food, but low-key I could get some food. That would really help me a lot. Hold up, is my, I'm just checking my YouTube analytics, not for this channel, for a different channel, on which I apologize for my lack of, holy yeah, it's getting a nice little spike actually, that's kind of crazy. I apologize for my lack of uploads. If you know, you know. Okay, fire. This is good. This is good. Yeah, nice little spike out of nowhere, little bump. That helps me. Okay. I'm gonna go on pause because I feel like I literally can't eat. Text, new text. Hungry, getting food. BRB, guys. Okay. Let's change, can I change this font? Please. Let's make it yellow. I wish I could make things bold. What did I just do? Outline. Oh, this is cool. I wonder how detailed you can get into this. Sorry, I'm playing with I'm playing with the text here. Okay, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. I got food. Not like. All right, here's what I did. I went in the fridge and I ate like a few slices of turkey. I don't recommend this. This is not nutritional advice. So I got some turkey, and I got some trail mix. I would love to have a cup of coffee right now, or legit anything, but I need to go grocery shopping. So, I'll survive. Don't worry about me. Only concerned if my mom is watching. Then she might get a little sad. But otherwise, we'll be just fine. Alright. Don't need this anymore. Let's reset our timer. Although I can just do that. Oh, now I have to do this whole... I have to like work again now. I'll put that up there. Put this down here. What? What did I just do? What have you done? I feel like that's from Star Wars. Anyway. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's hit the books again. Let's do one more of these problems. Well, oh freak, man. We can't even do it like that. We have to like do the whole thing. I hope y'all enjoy silence because this is going to be a less entertaining stream. Just inherently, given my energy level and my comprehension level, and basically just how stupid I feel, and how much I don't know how to do any of this stuff. So, I don't feel like I have the energy right now to, I have the energy to do it. I don't feel like I have the energy to comprehensively and effectively explain it. Okay. Bev Mickelson wants to buy a new car. Bev is a girl, by the way. She wants an inexpensive car to use the remainder, so she can afford $500 a month. She wants to buy an inexpensive car to use the remainder of that $500 to save for a nicer car later. Savings will earn her effective annual rate of 9%. So she decides to borrow $15,000 to buy a car today. She's going to borrow just $15,000 as a loan. The loan is for 4 years. $48 months at 7.8% APR. She's going to in 3 years. Okay. So this is has some similarities to the previous problem, because the loan is not done when she decides to sell the car. And so for this problem, we're trying to figure out how much money Bev will have for her new car after paying off the old one. Okay, so this is at year 3, after paying off the old one. So she sells her car. And she's going to... Does this imply that her loan, the remainder of the loan is paid off? Because the loan lasts 48 months. You have an extra year here on the loan. I'm gonna reread the problem. Suppose Bev Mickelson is in the market to purchase a new car. Bev can afford to spend $500 a month, but she decides it's best to buy an inexpensive car now and use what is left of the $500 to save for a more expensive car later. Also, let me just say, I think Bev is an idiot. Presumably she has a car now that functions. Otherwise, I'm an idiot. But buying a car with the intention of buying a different car, if you have a car, just save. What are we doing with this middle car? Anyway, not my rodeo. These savings will earn an effective annual rate of 9% interest. Suppose she decides to borrow $15,000 to buy a car today. The loan is for 48 months at 7.8%. Also assuming. This is pretty interesting because yeah, let's see if I'm gonna see if Claude has like an idea of if it is generally assumed that you would pay off the loan, because can't people just keep loans on their cars? Let's see. Just like the Schumacher problem, she will have a remaining balance at the time of the sale that needs to be paid off from the sale proceeds. When she sells at T36, she has two things happening simultaneously. She receives $4,500 from car, so she pays off the remaining loan balance. PV of 12 remaining payments discount at the loan rate. Whatever's left after paying off the balance combined with her savings is what she has for the new car. Okay, interestingly, what we have in this problem is that she can afford $500 a month. This is pretty interesting. Is this actually genius? Is Bev a genius and I'm stupid? Because her earnings outweigh the rate of the loan. So it's almost smarter for her to take out this loan for this car and let her savings accrue. But then that's terrible though. She sells the car for only $4,500. She bought it for $15,000. Her loan, $15,000. Assuming she spends it all on the car. I don't know how to feel about this, but I do know that the process is quite similar to what we've already done. Hold up, the trivia categories were released. Ladies of Stephen King, Jazz, Killer Animals, Marvel Villains, Finish the Broadway Lyric, Dinosaurs, Mountain Madness, and American Cryptids. I don't know anything, bro. I'm dumb. Trail mix. For Stephen King females, is Carrie a Stephen King book? I've seen that. I haven't seen. All right. So, essentially in this problem we have two concepts going on, and one of them has two parts. So we have our savings. I hate bold. We have our savings, which I also hate this jazz music. Let's go back to the start. $500 per month. At 9%. So that 9% is actually the exact same. It's also going to be this amount, which is very kind of them to do that. I'm just gonna highlight all of it and unhighlight because I don't like having that highlight. I want to differentiate it. So this is our monthly rate, EMR, and this is going on for 36 months. This is our PMT. So what this is essentially saying is that aside from the loan, this is divorced from the loan completely because she's choosing to, on the side of the loan, have this savings which grows at 9% for 36 months up until she sells her car, and then she'll pay off her loan and then take her savings and contribute all of that cash to a new car. Interesting. We can solve this. We're solving for future value here. Our present value is 0. We don't have it. It's just an annuity. It's pretty straightforward. So 500. Oh! I'm a little concerned all of a sudden because my calculator has been in 12 periods per year. And so I don't know if it's been assuming for our previous problem that I don't know if it's dividing by 12 again, is what I'm saying. Shoot, I'm a little nervous now. Okay, I'm gonna ask chat, I'm gonna ask Claude. Okay, wait, back to Schumacher. My TVM calculator was in end mode and 12. Is that right? Okay. Okay, never mind. Back to Nicholson. Apparently that's right. Alright, slightly sidetracked. So let's just clear this. 36 months is our N. 0.7207 is our rate. 500 is our PMT. What is our future value? 18,190. 0.48. So that's nice. That's a nice little amount of savings. is the amount Bev has saved at T36 to purchase new car. Okay, and then we addressed the loan. So that was the savings portion. Now we have the loan portion. So we need to find, so the loan, N is 48. Our out of the Y, I know there's a, it's not actually the phrase, our interest rate per year. 7.8%. We need to divide that by 12. It's just going to do that in the actual calculator, that's fine. And the present value is $15,000. PV equals 15,000. And that is going to be a negative because, is it? It's fine, either way. We should have to pay it back eventually. So what we're solving for here is our PMT. We're trying to find the amount of payments, or the amount per payment. And we get 316.66 per month. So Bev is paying $316 a month for this auto loan up until, this is indefinitely, but then at T36, Bev must pay the remainder of the loan, or she continues to pay it off, but we're just going to say she pays it off completely and subtract that from the amount that she sells the car for. So we're going to take that PMT of 316.16. Our N this time around is actually just 12 because there's only 12 months left. The interest is the same. And do we put PV or not? No. Right? I'm gonna go back and reference this because I actually don't remember. What am I even looking at? I don't even know what I'm looking at up here. I don't think we need it. Let's just solve for we're trying to solve for the present value. We don't know the future value, so yeah, this is right. Okay, 316.16 negative is our PMT, 12 is our N, 7.8 divided by 12 is our interest rate, and our present value is 3,780.60. 3,780.60. And we're not going to need to discount this back because we're not trying to compare it at time 0. we're looking out into the future. And so this number represents present value or remaining loan balance to be paid at time at T36. So then all we do, sells car, so she gets 4,500, and then she subtracts the amount of the loan she has to pay off. I mean, so she's not making money on this, to be clear. I still think this is a bad idea. Just put my 2 cents out there. So she makes this much. Which means that after selling the car, at T36 and paying off the loan balance, Bev has $719.40. And then, in addition to her accrued savings, Bev has, you take that 719 and you add the 18,190.48. 18,909.88 to purchase a more expensive vehicle by like a marginal amount, not even that much. I believe this is our like primary answer. Let's go back up to see what our task was. How much money will Bev have for her new car after paying off the old one? I mean, yeah. Let's see if Claude approves of our math, but it looks, I mean, I think this is a pretty straightforward problem. It's arguably easier than the loan, but I think it's easy because we went through all of this stuff. Like, this was like essentially new to me. Uh-oh. Wait, interesting. Okay, I overlooked something here. So, I was saying she was saving this $500 per month completely independent of her loan payment, but in reality, we should be subtracting, and that's because I did this first one, I should have actually done this after. We should be subtracting this monthly loan payment Okay, yeah, so let's go back and put this savings beneath just to kind of show our process. And this should be 6.6, I do believe. I'm gonna need to go back and recalculate that because I don't actually know. 48, 7.8 divided by 12, 15,000 for our loan. Gives us a PMT, it's 0.66. Okay, perfect. That's what I anticipated. And then she pays the remainder of the loan. We'll keep those words, but we're going to change the numbers in a second. For our savings, the PMT is going to be 500 per month minus the loan payment. Which gives us $183.34. That can go towards savings. That stays the same and stays the same, but this future value is going to be dramatically different when we put 183.34 as our PMT, 0.7207 as our rate for 36 months. The future value is going to be $6,670.08. That's really not a lot. It's really not a lot at all. Dang, she's got nothing. She broke. Not really, but kinda. Like when we said she's gonna purchase a nicer car, I was expecting something a little better. I think she's going to be taking out a loan anyway. After selling the car and paying off the loan balance, so that stays the same. So then we just add the $6,600 to the $719 this time, and that gives us, Bev has a whopping $7,389.48 to purchase a more expensive vehicle. I think that seems right. Alright, so this one is much simpler, and honestly it looks cooler too when we show our work like this. I'm going to go ahead and also format this in some nice italics, just to kind of show our thinking, differentiated from our math. I think it looks better like that. Okay. That. Alright, I'll format that later. For now, let's actually do this. I'm gonna copy over this cool line, put it beneath it as well, just kind of segment our answers. It will crash, yes. Sorry, this is much lower energy. I'm exhausted. I'm just here to solve some problems, and I'm pleased to say that we have solved this problem. Let me just make sure I format our answer, so let's type out answer. Bev will have $7,389.48 to purchase her new car after paying off the old one. That's literally all we have to say. I'm going to embolden this so they know it's our answer. Likewise with that. There. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And there. Alright, cool. Guys, we're moving. I might have some afternoon left after all. That is a beautiful thing. Because I thought this was going to take forever. I mean, it low-key is. We've been doing this for a few hours now. It's already 1 o'clock. But all is not for naught. That can't be the phrase. All is not for naught. Man, what are you talking about? Alright. We're on to Ruiz. Ruiz. Okay. Hopefully Ruiz is nice to us. Let's read our problem. Nina and Rafael Ruiz are married and have just been approved for a 30-year, $150,000 mortgage with an APR of 7%. Pretty standard. However, they know they want to make more than the regular payment to pay off the loan before 30 years. They've come to you to analyze two options. Two options. Oh, what was that? All right. Option 1 requires a fixed monthly payment of $1,200. So presumably, this is greater than the rate that they would have to pay the regular payment, and so that'll pay it off sooner because they're paying more principal on top of the interest. Option 2 requires that they start with the regular payment, then increase the amount by an effective monthly rate of 0.35%. Which payment method will result in a faster payoff? What is the difference in total interest payments between the two alternative methods? All right, so at this point, we should be pretty familiar with how to do this. Let's work through option 1 first. And again, this is payment options because we already have the loan. We don't even need to worry about that. Boy, let me get out of the, oh my, bold. Why are we still bold, bro? That'll work. I'll be alright with that. Okay. Wait, it just occurred to me that I actually don't know how to do this one either. A fixed monthly payment. So is option 1 literally just saying, if you pay $1,200 per month, hang on a minute. No, that's not what that means. Because the mortgage has interest. What I was thinking was of just doing $120,000. I guess $150,000 divided by $1,200 and seeing how many months that was, and then convert to years. That doesn't work because there's interest. So alternatively, what the freak? All right, bro. Take care. What did I just do over here? Okay. So okay. How are we going to do? Oh, hang on now. I just had an idea. So, our fixed monthly payment, we're essentially given the PMT. We're given this, which is interesting. And the PV, either way, is always going to be $150,000, right. We're solving for n. Solve for n because it's going to be less than 30 years. But the APR is still going to be 7% divided by 12. And then this will give us in months. All right, I like that. We just used our brains, we applied our learning, and we're getting better. Sorry, when I look at my, that's fine. Okay, PMT, 1200, PV, 150,000. Interest. Boom. Okay. Then our N is 121 months, 0.38. So you can't really, you have to assume it takes the full extra month as well to completely pay it off. So this rounds up to 122 months, or $10.17 years. Payment option 2 will be the more complicated one. So you start with the regular payment and then increase the amount by 0.35% monthly. That's very interesting. Okay, let's solve for the regular payment for this one. So N equals 30 years or 360 months. Our APR stays the same, or sorry, it just is that. And then our PV is the same, 150,000. And this time we solve for the payment. Holy smokes, sometimes I can actually be the most... Okay. 360 is our N. 7% divided by 12 is our rate. 150,000 is our present value. And PMT. Our payments that we're making are $454.29 per month. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, okay. This whole thing, which repayment method results in that? Faster payoff. So this second part is going to be, this is going to be the challenge. I'm going to make it red to indicate that it's scary to me. Okay. Alright, we need to figure out how to do this monthly payment part. Okay, I'm talking to Claude. The growing payment option is the most interesting, allegedly. Oh, what do we have here? That was just, sorry, that was crazy news that I just got. How's that? Okay. So, we know this is going to be, this is the first payment amount. Then increase by 0.35%. What on earth is this? I don't even know what this means. I don't believe whatever Claude is telling me to do is wrong, because it's telling me to take the natural log of both sides. And that's just not ever been done in any of my classes before. So, I'm just going to not do that. Goodness me. Wait, someone might have told me how to do this. Wait. Estimating the total of payments for option 2 involves using a formula for the partial sum of a geometric series. The partial sum of a geometric series? Do we have that in our notes anywhere? I gotta phone a friend. Makes no sense. What is a formula for a partial sum of a geometric series? I don't know what this means. So here's what I can say. I know that at one point or another... Wait, is this a perpetuity? Dealing with fluctuating payments. Somewhere in chapter 2. Wait, future of a G... Wait. Wait. I found in my notes. It happened to be on my notes. My only note says, what the frick? Why is there no way to do this on a calculator? Those formulas are hecka long. Which I remember typing. And I remember them being hecka long. That was chapter 2.7. So maybe Claude has this. Sorry. What? Did I hear something? Did my laptop just go? Am I FaceTiming somebody? I don't know if that was in my... Oh my days. I'm tripping out. I'm hearing things. I'm seeing things. Present? Wait, okay. So here, are we doing the future value or present value? Because I found it in the chapter, in the textbook, where I'm supposed to be, which is awesome. Payoff method will result in a faster payoff. So, we're still solving for n, but to find the payoff date. Okay, let's see if this formula, if we use the future value formula of a geometrically varying annuity. Can you tell that I'm literally, the life is being sucked from me? I'm drained. I'm dying. That's not even right. Present value, future value. It's not a delayed annuity, it's a geometrically varying annuity. Is this, I'm gonna ask. Is this the same as the same formula as the future value of a geometrically varying annuity? Oh my goodness. I'm so tired. So tired. They're related but not the same. Oh my goodness, my eyes can't do this anymore. Hang on. As the present value of a geometrically varying annuity? Yes, exactly. So, growing annuity, geometrically varying annuity, geometrically gradient series are all the same thing. So, when solving for n, why use PV not FV? Even though I am trying to solve for when the payments end. The good thing about language models and AI is that they'll never call you an idiot, which I usually don't like. The glaze is unneeded. But you can ask the really stupid questions and they will just teach it to you, if you're willing to learn. Great question. Here's the intuition. You're not asking, what will this be worth in the future? You're asking, how long until this loan is fully paid off? The loan balance is $150,000 at T0. Every payment chips away at that balance. You're essentially asking how many growing payments does it take to fully extinguish... I have to sneeze. Excuse me. How many growing payments does it take to fully extinguish a $150,000 obligation? That $150,000 is a present value. It exists right now at T0, so you set PV at 150 and solve for N. Okay. Okay, so since we're trying to calculate payments, so present value is what we want. Okay, so the equation, use present value of geometrically varying annuity formula. And this is different than a growing perpetuity? Yes. Okay, so this formula is as follows. PVGA equals PMT divided by interest minus growth times, that's actually simple, 1 minus 1 plus growth to the n divided by 1 plus I to the n. And that's actually it. That's pretty straightforward, huh? PVGA of little n. We don't have to put the little n actually because it's kind of assumed. So, we have our payment already. Wait, this is already gas. This already feels like it's unfolding itself. 454.29. We divide that by... Hold on. Wait a minute. Rate minus growth. 1 minus 1 plus... Wow. It's the same. It really was the same all this time. What do you know? So shoot, this might mean that we actually do have to use logarithms because we know the present value and we're solving for n, but n is our exponents. So that's a bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky, I can't lie to you. Can I do this without logarithms? That's kind of a lot of, like, I don't know how to do that on my calculator anymore. There once was a time, Algebra 2, high school. Unfortunately, I got a C in that class. Let's experiment. Let's see if we even have that on here. What the heck? So I found it. Guys, we're so chilling right now. So my professor might like this. I'm gonna say, what the heck is going on here? Rearrange to solve for n. And then we get the big boy formula. N equals natural log of 1. Sorry for sounding like a bore. It's gonna be I minus G. AINT. This time just divided, it's all, that doesn't matter, so that's fine. Divided by, let's put these in brackets because this is kind of a gnarly formula to type out on here. Natural log again. This one is just 1 plus G divided by 1 plus I. Okay. Okay. N equals the natural log of okay. So all we do, let's do the 150,000. Or sorry, let's do R minus G, or I minus G. So our I need to figure this out. My calculator only uses 2 decimal places, and it's not right. Okay. How to change decimal places on HP 17B2 plus. It's my calculator in case you're wondering. Press the DSP button. Okay. Select fix. Enter the number of digits you want. 4. Fire. That was so easy. That was so easy. Okay, this helps me a lot. And I think it'll make just all my calculations a bit more accurate, which is what we needed. So, back to where we were. I'm going to establish my variables first, because I don't like not quite knowing what they are. I equals 7 divided by 12 minus, wait, sorry. It's just that 0.5833. Okay. G equals, it shouldn't be capitalized, but that's okay. 0.0035, right? Yeah. That's our growth rate. PV is 150,000. PMT equals 454.29. Okay, so this is all the info that we have. Now, let's get cooking. This is kind of ridiculous stuff, to be honest. Yeah, let's do one more of these here. Even though it's technically not needed, but it'll help my mind. Rest assured. Okay. What the freak? Okay, so then this goes there. Divided by natural log of 1 plus let's just do that. I'm just gonna take one of these out. Divided by 1.5833. And in fact, we can just do this. Okay, so this is our overly complicated formula. And I want to have it say the natural log of what? Of just blank by blank. So was that supposed to be small? Because 1 minus that. Yeah, weird. So we're taking the natural log of negative 190.4416. That is just frankly silly. And we're dividing it by the natural log of, man, this is weird. 1.0, sorry, .0035. 1.5833. Just throw those two. Okay. So this is some complicated stuff. So what did I just do? Oh, sorry. So you can't take the natural log of negative. I forgot about that rule, and I frankly don't like it. Aha! We found our catch. This should also be negative. That's kind of ridiculous. Alright. Let's try again. Let's not highlight this because that's what we're working on right now. 150,000. Freak! Shoot! I keep messing up this calculation, it's so long. So, 1 minus all of this. $150,000 times 0.00583 0.05833 minus 0.0035 divided by, okay, I'm backtracking. Okay, we're good. 454.29. Close parentheses. Close parentheses. Okay, good. Good. Gives us 0.22 0.97. Now that I can work with. The natural log of which is negative 1.4711 divided by negative, sweet, it's going to be positive then, 0.4560, which is equal to, so 1.4711 negative divided by 0.4560 equals, guys, I can't believe we got like a rational number. 3.2261. That makes no sense. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Unless it does, like, I don't know, man. But the reason I don't like this at all is that, isn't this assuming wait, unless this is ridiculous. Wait, no. 0.3% per month. You're gonna pay it off so fast. Let me see, let's fact check it with Claude. Okay, here's everything I got. I'm worried that n equals 3.2261 is way too low. Because it might be. Oh, yeah, I forgot to paste it. Good point, good catch. No, they are. No, you wrong, girl. Okay. Wait, what the heck is wrong? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on now. We got an issue. 1.0035 divided by 1.005833. This is way different. So now we're taking the natural log of 9977. Okay. 0.99768 is negative 0.0023. And that, my friends, my family, whoa! Big difference. Okay, which is equal to, when you divide by 12 equals, not that this is really necessary. Uh-oh. Shoot! No, I didn't solve it. Yeah, it should be less than 30 years. That's not good. Monthly interest. Wait. 1, 2. Wait, yeah, what the freak? Did I mess up my, I may have not done this correctly. Okay, we may have an issue here. So essentially what I'm seeing is, if for the regular payment I was supposed to what? Oh my gosh, I'm so scared, bro. Periods per year is set to 12, and I entered 7 divided by 12. For I to the y. I'm confused, y'all. Freak. Okay, big problem. We've just encountered a massive problem that will likely change everything. Hang on now. Alright, I'm gonna stop this stream here. We've worked enough. I gotta figure something